Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 5 as the Iroquois. We just hit civil service, and we're about to keep on keeping on. I am having a bit of a debate over whether or not I want to buy cathedrals. Cathedrals are actually sick, but I like the happiness, culture, and faith of mosques. I don't think I need that much culture. Is it worth it for me to delay spreading my religion to get +5 culture in my cities? I mean, it is really good, so it's probably worth it. Like 5 culture is crazy now that I'm thinking about it. Like it's like an extra Eldorado in every city. Like that might actually be super powerful. Grand River has grown. Fresh little city here. And mostly we're going to be focusing on continuing to sim, building up. Where do you want to work? This city's going to be hungry for tiles, so I'm going to start stealing tiles from other cities. Yeah, they're going to work like less optimal stuff, which sucks for that city, but that coastal city is basically my new capital. It's kind of how I'm treating it. All right, Lake Simcoe. There you go. Keep on growing. We got to keep the growth strong. We have a little bit of excess happiness. I think we're curving into our happiness pretty comfortably. This city has pretty bad production. I'm going to work the longhouse. Let's get that temple. It is +2 faith, +2 science. So that's really, really important for our build. Aquasasme. You got your market. Oh, wow, yeah. We must be making great money in here. So I think the thing to follow up with would be the caravanserai, and then we'll kind of investigate things when we see where they stand. It is time to start thinking about universities. So I'm going to grab education, a fishing boat here and a fishing boat down here. That's going to be fantastic. Oh, a nice lumber mill on that tile. Perfect. Yeah, Lake Simcoe is not very good, but Liberty doesn't need to have good city. That's the power of Liberty. You could just have kind of trash cities and still make do. We have found Ljubljana. I'm wondering if Brazil will be chill and offer me open borders. Okay, they don't want it at all. They're just like, nope. All right, let's get this camp online. We got the Riders Guild coming online in Grand River. Somebody else built Notre Dame. There's a lot of happiness. There's Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia. I was told that's how it was pronounced one time, and I've just done it ever since. The Great Prophet. Fantastic. Move that to the capital, and we can enhance our religion. Boom. So 3 culture from temples is pretty cool. Feed the world is really interesting. I think leaning into certain things is really, really strong. I just don't see much value in mandirs. Synagogues is really strong, but it doesn't give happiness. Viharas is quite powerful. Devout performers is actually quite good too. Makes your Circus Maximus a lot more powerful. Divine Inspiration, I don't really see this as very good. +1 faith and +1 culture from national, natural, and world wonders. I mean, I guess that's actually pretty good if you go for a wonder religion. Food from shrines and food from temples. Gurdwaras could be really powerful for me if I spread my religions around. If I had more watermills, this would be quite powerful. 2 gold, 2 production. I'm feeling like Feed the World, really good for us. We've already built our shrines and temples. 3 food per city. It's not that much, is it? It's still really strong. 3 food per city is actually quite good. And then we could do an enhancer. Extra trade routes are quite powerful. Just a straight up 8 culture. Science from the Grand Temple is really powerful considering it already has a science multiplier on it. God damn it, it's just so good, especially with the 25% science boost from the Grand Temple. I'm trying to think if Feed the World is worth taking here. It's really good. Feed the World is so good. It's so much growth. Yeah, I think I take Feed the World here. We'll enhance our religion. Boom. We enhanced your mom. You've enhanced the religion of your mom by adding new beliefs. Let me tell you, I believe in your mom. I think I would like the Reformation belief as well, but the extra happiness from temples here would be really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that right there because that's 10 happiness. Boom. That we just secured. Canada Lake is ready for a new pop. Yeah, just work that iron. That's fine, honestly. Where do I work the longhouse? Oh, this is definitely a city that wants a... Work at the longhouse is fine, honestly. We'll eventually maybe get an engineer. We're curving just fine into gold. So I tell you what I will do in here. I'm going to say, focus on getting me a forge for +1 production. We will also grab a stable for +1 production. Then I'm going to go market caravanserai to pump up a bit of gold in here. Kind of leaving culture by the wayside because we're ahead of our curve on culture, so it's not as important to curve into it. Asinka has grown. Lumber mill here. Then in terms of tiles that I want to work, I think the lumber mill is a fine tile. We could choose production over in Grand River. We got the Riders Guild, so I think we can scoop up sort of bad tiles where we're not getting much out of them, put them into Riders. Now we should really think about getting great people generation in here, but I also want the Artists Guild. I'll have to scoop up anyone from a 2 food tile, so probably these 2 cattle tiles. But this city will grow. Did I get my aqueduct in here? No, I didn't. Let me make sure I get that because that's actually really important for, like, if I'm pumping food into that city and I don't have an aqueduct, that's just bad. Aquasasme has grown. Don't you dare sass me. And Buffalo Creek has grown as well. There's a little bit of a food surplus in here, so I'm happy to work a longhouse. Now we need to start looking at production. Buffalo Creek, stable, lighthouse, amphitheater. In terms of decision making here, I think getting a stable here, that's worth +1 food, +1 production in this city, and it takes 1 turn because we have maize and horses. Then I think it makes sense for me to grab the caravanserai for the gold and the lighthouse because it's a coastal city, and then we'll reassess once that's done. Boom, there's a trading post. Trading posts, not very good when you first unlock them but they do get better with time. Nice, we found Grand Mesa. I don't think there's many more natural wonders. There's still 2 to find. Let's buy the cathedral, then we'll convert the city to your mom. Perfect. Continuing to explore. Let's convert Akwesasne. Perfect. And we'll move on to the next turn. We are working on the Iroqouis. Somebody built the Temple of Artemis, which is interesting. Looks like a spy has been recruited. Somebody went to the next era. I think my capital is a little bit too strong for spy stealing, so I'm going to put a spy in there to defend. I'm expecting the AI to target me. So Montreal has grown. Onondaga has grown. Yeah, work that. That's perfectly fine. Grand River has grown. That was ideal. Unfortunately, growth is calculated before production, so we didn't get the aqueduct food boost, but that's fine. Salamanca needs production. We just finished the temple in here, which is great. I think that means we can build our grand temple now. Yes, that'll make our capital a massive science mecca. Yeah, so we're just missing a couple of libraries. So I'll get the library in here, and I'm actually going to prioritize the library in here. This will probably be where I build my national college, just because the base science in here is so high. But I might build some of my other national wonders in my coastal trade city, the one that's being fed. All right, let's get these trading posts up. That way we don't have to cut down the jungles, and we can make good use of them when the universities are here. Loving it. Super satisfying. Now, if I was playing on Deity, I never would have got the Petra, and it would have just been a less satisfying game, a less fun and a less satisfying game. Oops, I misclicked with my boat. Didn't mean to do that. I don't see a reason to build pontoon bridges, so just go ahead and jump up out of the water for me. My guy is trapped, unfortunately. Well, he did his best. Convert Brantford, perfect. In Salamanca, we'll buy the cathedral. 5 culture is crazy. Then we'll start converting. I definitely need an extra couple of missionaries here. Go ahead and get the cathedral up here. Next turn I can probably buy. We mean no harm. Our units are only passing through. Japan is super suspicious. Okay, here we go. Education. We're going to be going for universities across our empire. Salamanca has grown. I don't think you're ready to sim through a university. It would be nice, but we're just not ready for it in here. Especially when we're like missing things like really basic stuff for like aqueducts, coliseums. So I'm going to prioritize those in this city. Aqueduct, Colosseum, Stable, and then Granary. And I think that is the order we're going to get them in. Aqueduct, Stable, Colosseum, University. Popping on over to Akwesasne. This city is ready for a university. It's perfect. And now it's a question of, do we want to push up through astronomy? Do we want to hit acoustics and get like the Sistine Chapel to get a huge culture boost across all of our empire? Very powerful for a Liberty build. Like Sistine Chapel just holds a lot of value, plus the Musicians Guild. Like there's a lot of potential there. There's also the Alhambra. I think the Sistine Chapel holds a lot of value here. Grand River has 9 population now. Perfect. And I think that's basically all of the stuff. Yeah, we don't have any major changes we need to make to our empire. Oh, wow, lovely. Why don't you just fortify right there. Build a little farm over here. You pop a little farm over here. I prefer farms to trading posts unless I have a reason to build a trading post. Like if I'm going full commerce, trading posts are great, but I don't think I'm going full commerce this game. I'm going to be missing out on that +1 food, and growth is really, really important. Reykjavik wants wine. We got a great profit. I wasn't meaning to get a great profit. I could use this great profit to spread my religion, but instead I'm going to plonk him on the horse tile here to make it more valuable in terms of faith. Let's see, what can we faith purchase? Yeah, so all our faith purchasing is done. Canada Lake has grown. Good sir. What should you work? Honestly, just work that iron tile now. It's super valuable. Osinka has grown. Not very good choices in here. Akwesasne has grown. Again, not very good choices in here. Kind of limited trading post on the bananas. That way we preserve them. Yeah, there's just not a lot that we need to do with our workers right now. There's a couple of things we could improve down here to the south, actually. A little bit of tiles. And a nice lumber mill up here to the northwest. We can go ahead and get that improved. This guy is just trapped, unfortunately. All right, somebody else built Alhambra. We got Iroqouis, 2 food, 2 culture from each lake in the capital. I think that makes this city like crazy strong growth. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize that growth because we'll be able to pump citizens through this city. Really close to being able to get the Circus Maximus. Nice. Our happiness has dipped because of all our trade routes running out. Go ahead and hit up the diplomacy overview screen. Let's talk to Tibet. Good sir, would you like ivory for olives? Perfect. The next person we want to hit up is China for their copper. It is kind of, I do appreciate that they're getting rid of this like little micromanagement in Civ 7, because like it's like I'm a leader, I'm an immortal leader of like an empire, and I'm like haggling over beans. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. Should I pull a pop out of here and work the market? I mean, I do like the gold and the great merchant points, so we may do that. Coming down into Guinness River, we got the stable down here. This city's actually in really, really good shape in terms of productivity. Definitely a great university option in here. It's quite a bit of science. The scientist slots are really nice too. We could build the Anchor Watt down here. I would probably prefer to build the Anchor Watt in our capital. +5 science, +1 culture. I need the National College. How close are we to a great engineer? Honestly, we're 2 turns away from the great engineer, so we can probably great engineer Anchor Watt. We'll leave that for now. Ossininka. We will grab university in here, and then we will go market caravansary to push our gold up. In terms of production down in Grand River, we'll do similar sorts of stuff, but I will go for the national epic in here so that we can get great people faster. This is where we're going to be getting our great riders and stuff. So I'll peel off you and you to work the artists. I think the most important thing that I work is food in this city to keep it growing. And we definitely need to send, like when those trade routes renew, we will send more food. Lighthouse completed in Buffalo Creek. That's perfect. Let's get the university, push that up. Brantford is ready for its university, and actually now it's to the point where I can afford to go switch back for an amphitheater to keep pushing culture up. Montreal University, perfect, and then we will queue up the amphitheater after that. Guinness River, you're going to grab yourself a university, and then you're going to push gold using the market and caravansary. Just need to keep ahead of our gold situation. Let me push my university to the top of the queue in here. Yeah, we're starting to get our universities online. It's all coming together. We're not one-turning them, but they're not slow either. So like I'm feeling pretty okay about our position in the game as it currently stands. I accidentally birthed another great prophet, which is honestly fine because I can just plunk them down on my strategics and get like good tiles. Let's grab Reformation so we can get our Reformation belief. I think in terms of like Liberty bills, there's a few like super sick choices here. So like being able to faith purchase production buildings is super amazing if we push into autocracy. On the other hand, we're going to have amazing production anyway. Having a way to sync our faith to get more culture and faith, like houses of worship, this could be amazing. Also, indulgences, just amazing for wide tempo. Right? +1 food, +1 production, +1 culture, +1 faith, +1 gold. Basically, +1 everything, except for science. If that was +1 science too, it would be way more viable in my opinion. But I think we need a way to sync our faith. So like houses of worship here is really, really good. Because if you consider, right, I can spend 300 faith to get, 5 culture, 5 faith, and a little bit of tourism. So yeah, I think houses of worship are like sick. And I think the one that we want, and they're even cheaper for us. I think I'll just go ahead and stick this on riding auditoriums. I should probably do it myself, save for a great profit. I'll go through my cities and make sure that I purchase like riding auditorium. My capital has grown. I think I already handled that city. Grand River now has 11 pops. I can purchase a building in here. I'm going to purchase the university, and I will use 2 of the population in here to work the university slots. Start getting great scientists in here. Guinness River has grown. We'll work the wheat after getting the production. We'll build a farm right there. Lake Simcoe, you have grown, good sir. Build a little farm here. Head up this general direction. Pop a little lumber mill over there. And then start farming this area. It's a nice tile for a mine. I wouldn't say that I'm running out of tiles to improve. Rather, I'm having a hard time finding tiles that I need to improve. Does that make sense? Oh wow, I got another great profit in here. Do I have a strategic nearby that I could just plonk this guy on? I guess there's no harm in plonking them on a horse down here. That's fine. Okay, there's acoustics. We got the Sistine Chapel. We're in the Renaissance era now, and we got a great engineer. I think we were planning on great engineering Anchor Watt, but maybe it would be better to great engineer Sistine. Boom. Okay, Sasme has grown. Thank you, good sir. You know, people say, oh, it's boring having to micro your population. I think it's important though. You got to micro them. Okay, next tech after acoustics. We don't care about going for Hermitage. Would love to get Porcelain Tower. I think getting our harbors could be really good. There's also an extra trade route in here. It depends on the direction. I do think Ironworks is fantastic, +8 production. So we'll go for Ironworks plus, like we've really delayed the crossbowmen. Acri Sasme has built the university. Let's get the amphitheater. Plunk this great profit on the horse. Boom. Loving that. That's great. We do have the faith to purchase the art hall, the vocal chamber, and the riding auditorium. Well, next turn. Okay, so last time we were sending production to Grand River. This time we're going to send food to Grand River because we want the city to grow. It means it will build things a lot slower. It will work more tiles. It'll get more signs. The compensation for it will be worth it, in my opinion, given enough time. I'm really excited for the Sistine Chapel, dude. And then what we could do is we can also purchase some stuff in here to help the city along. Like for example, if we purchase the stable, boom, +1 production from all those horse tiles that we're working. Okay, somebody built Himeji Castle, Sistine Chapel, 25% faith across our empire, and we got a great rider in Grand River. I'm probably going to park him and put him a little snoozy snooze. Salamanca has 8 population, loving you, just like I love your mom. Let's go ahead and get you to grow, grow, grow. You are on production focus, but we don't have a production tile in here, sadly. Well, we kind of do with that right there. Influence for Panama has decayed. Cultural elite of Kuala Lumpur. They want the Althing. You want a wisdom of great engineer. I literally just got one, bro. These guys want people to generate faith. 13 population in Onondaga. Remember to work growth, 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 growth. It's the most important thing. Beefalo Creek. Should I build the Angkor Wat here? No, we're going to build the Angkor Wat in our capital. So much science. Beefalo Creek, we can for sure get the amphitheater. We could cut a lot of production here and go university work. It would take us from a 20 science city to a 28 science city. That's actually crazy. Okay, holy crap. Working your university specialist slots is actually so important. I had no idea. So we're gonna start working the process to work on those soon. All right, I had no idea university slots were that important. But we're learning. We definitely need to get our zoos. We're kind of, I don't want to say we're happiness locked, but we're not cozy on happiness. Coming down here, I'll get the riding auditorium, the Buffalo Creek. I will get the art hall. That's all I can afford for now. Perfect. Just getting them all. Nothing really for you to build around here. Let's try to keep my workers nice and busy. Let's do lumber mill. I love lumber mills. I think they're fun. Beautiful. There's machinery. Ironworks is a fantastic national wonder. We'll definitely want to make use of that. Canada Lake has grown. Great job. Let's reset this and this. Let's make sure we work our university specialists and we work our longhouse. Then we want to work these 2 fish tiles. We want to work this cattle tile. We want to work our resource tiles for sure. And then I'm just going to work the market because I love having lots of gold. I'm going to add an amphitheater to your queue because you're working on the caravansary. Osinka has grown. Let's reset your production queue. We definitely want to be working the university. We definitely want to be working these tiles. We want to leave a tile for you to overflow grow to, which is that one, so that we can micro your villagers. Science is starting to pump, baby. Grand River's on. Ooh, another population in here. Well, you're not growing very fast, but this is a holy site, so we should work it. We definitely want to work the bonus resources in here and then look into the specialist slots. All right, let's get the Opera House in there. National Epic is on the way. It's quite expensive. Brantford. The Opera House is nice. Work on that. It's a 3-turn build for a little bit of culture. Drop a nice farm. A freshwater farm there. That's beautiful. Another freshwater farm right here on a Petra Hill. That's another beautiful tile. So good. Manchuria is Isle of Monaco. Bunch of random crap is happening in here. It's a question of what do I want to use my gold to influence that? And I'm trying to think now what would be the most important thing. I think getting Lima on my side would be quite important, but I can't guarantee that. I think I really do just need more luxuries from trades and stuff like that. But we're just going to have a slight unhappiness period. And exploration might be a good dip here for naval tradition. That's 3 happiness in our coastal cities, plus 3 production in our coastal cities. We do have good mid-game faith sinks, but we are going to want to think about, like, what is our late-game faith sink going to look like? And right now, I just don't have an answer for that. Ooh, I accidentally got a great profit. This happens when I'm not paying attention to the thing. Let's put you on the iron. Little strategic holy site on the iron. All right, jump onto that hill, start improving it. Quinquireme, what are you doing? Oh, buddy, he's wandering around. So I think I was sending production to Gness River. I think most of my cities have caught up now. I think it would be nice to send production to Lake Simcoe because this city is behind. So I'm going to move this trader to Brantford so that we can maybe send production to Lake Simcoe. It's going to help it out a lot. Put a lumber mill on that. Beautiful tile. Oh, you got kicked out. Perfect. Cargo ship. You were sending production to Grand River. Now you're going to send food because you want to hardcore grow this city. Its production is going to suffer for a little while, but we are working on solutions for happiness. Lumber mill right there. Go to the next turn. Gold per turn. I accept whatever that is. I don't care. Great artist has been born. Question, do we want a golden age? It's a 4-turn golden age. It would be a 20% boost to our production gold. Sorry, 20% production boost to our production and culture. One of the big things we're running into is happiness problems just at the current moment. Like rationalism could be really good. I'm going to have a think about that before I really make a decision though. I'm going to think about everything else in my cities before I think about, whether or not I want to do rationalism or whatever. Gness River, it's time to rework you. We definitely want to work the university. The longhouse is more questionable. Make sure we work these juicy production tiles. Still got strong growth while getting strong production. Let's get the amphitheater in here. I'm going to, okay, we got the Colosseum coming in there. Aquisasme, you got your amphitheater. Go ahead and get me that opera house. I have not reworked you. Definitely work the university. Oh yeah, these are fantastic tiles in here. Oh, these are amazing. Then in the meantime, work this nice tile, this nice tile, and this nice tile. Keep the growth going strong. Montreal. Okay, you are not working your university. Let's make sure we do that. In the meantime, work those bananas. Kind of just like looking through, making sure my cities aren't doing anything unhinged. I've got 3 workers kind of working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. I could drop them into the specialist bucket. Keep them in that. Keep them working those tiles. Still need to think about that. Production in here. Get the opera house. Chivalry is coming. We're about to get the printing press. It's going to take me a while to get happiness from this. The problem with, I feel like exploration, a lot of the value of exploration is locked up in here, colonialism. And while I am in a prime position to like secure some of these islands with some luxuries, like there's a nice gold tiles over here. I don't even have some of my national colleges up. So like settling more cities might be crazy for me. Commerce just doesn't have that much happiness in it. Patronage could be nice for trading with city-states. It would give me something to do with my trade routes in the late game. We could do patronage 1, just go straight to merchant confederacy. And that would actually help me with my... Problem is that I only have 1 coastal trading city-state. I would have to land trade those city-states, and that just doesn't feel good. I think in terms of my sim, exploration is just so based right here. Naval tradition, that's 3 happiness per coastal city, plus the option to even settle more with conquistadors, exploring. Yeah, you know what, let's go exploration. I think that's fun. So it doesn't do much for us right now, but in 4 turns, we'll get some happiness out of it. Please God, does anybody have a luxury they're willing to trade me? It doesn't look like it. Look through the list, didn't see nothing. No, nay, never. No, nay, never. No more will I play. I'm going to feed production to Grand River. It just needs a little bit of production. And I'm going to feed production to like Simcoe because it also needs production. I think my empire is a little it's hurting for a producer. You know what I'm saying? There's chivalry. Alhambra is nice. I think somebody already built it. What we want is printing press. I mean, Leaning Tower of Pisa would be amazing. But what we really want is that zoo. Opera House completed in here. We're kind of ahead. I think we could pop a Circus Maximus in here. That's quite a bit of happiness in Brantford. Canada Lake could go for the Opera House, but I'd rather have a Conquistador or an Opera House. It's 2 culture. I mean, 2 culture per turn does add up over time. We get the Lighthouse in Lake Simcoe. And now that the city's getting a production trade route, like it's looking a lot more viable. So I think we definitely want to push sim in here as much as possible. So stoneworks will improve the sim. I don't know if a stable will improve the sim. It does have maize, it's +1 food. So those are all the sim bonuses. Then we'll go for university. Improve the sim. The sim is a reference to Sim City, basically, if you don't know. It's like, oh, I'm cultivating a beautiful little empire. Nobody's doing anything to me, and I'm not interacting with anybody. I'm playing my own game, and that's what simming means. It means you're just chilling, and it's my favorite way to play sim. It's like so satisfying to build like a really powerful empire. I just find it incredibly fun. I'm having a great time playing Civ 5. It's kind of going back to the classics. You know what I mean? I really want to do some Civ 4 runs, but I want to spend a little bit of time with the LEC mod to really get a feel for it. I don't think unmodded Civ 5 is very good. If I'm going to be real with you. God, the lack of happiness. I think I will continue to feed Grand River. Even though we're kind of behind on happiness, we are going to get some happiness soon. Okay, great scientist has been born in the city of Grand River. Beautiful. So that was over here. It is a question. Do we want to bulb him for 1,000 science, or do we want to send him to the capital? Well, where are we going to get the biggest multiplier? I think if we go National College in the capital, plus Grand Temple, plus university, we can get like disgusting science modifiers in here. I'm going to buy the university in the capital and make sure we work that university. Let me pull off of you. I think it's early enough into the game that we could like drop a scientist on this wheat here. Oh, it's -2 food. That sucks. We could replace this mine here. Marie Curie. That's very early for Marie Curie. It's finding radiation for me. Guinness River. Get me the Opera House. I love an Opera House. We got the Caravansary in here. Let's get the Amphitheater. We also managed to get the National Epic in Grand River, which is going to give us that growth, that great people growth that we were looking for. I'm going to grab the Ironworks because 8 production would be big in this city. In terms of Buffalo Creek, we got an Opera House. I'm going to go ahead and start getting some conquistadors so we can start lining up. We're maybe not quite ready to start settling those islands, but we could do some crazy stuff. Like have them all lined up to drop like all in the same turn. Boom, 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 boom. We just do like a ripple fire of settling when the moment comes, when we're ready to do it, but we can't pre-explore the world a little. All right, lumber mill, let's go. Doing some good exploring. Man, that quinquire, the free, if the Great Lighthouse gave me a free quinquire, if that's what happened there, I'm so happy. More wonders should just give you a free thing. This is a free unit with good movement speed. Oh wow, okay, so we got Angkor Wat. Provides a free university in the city in which it's built. That's amazing. We also got the Great Merchant in Grand River and a Great Prophet. Oh yeah, I need to be spending my faith. I keep forgetting to do that. It just goes to show you, like, I'm a bad player. Like, that's reality. Where do I want to put this Great Prophet? It's best to put them on strategics, in my opinion. Like, there's a strategic down here. Like, you lose one production. Oh no. I moved my great merchant over here, but I think I might start plonking great merchants on like these hill tiles actually. Production choice in the capital, Angkor Wat has been secured. I think if we grab the National College, we'll start to see insane science returns, but we'll also see the same. Yeah, we need to go National College plus Grand Temple. Then we need to augment our production with gold. It's like we'll buy a market in here to keep getting the gold pumping, and then we'll also buy a caravansary when the time comes. Oh, lovely. We can improve this fishing tile up here now that we've actually grown to it. Wow, we actually did not spawn near islands. That's incredible. 1,000 science or 8 science per turn. I think the 8 science per turn is kind of insane here. Pull you off this and put you there, because the multipliers, like, that is like dropping a few academies in Onondaga. Like, the multipliers in here are going to go crazy. I am curious to see what players say about my gameplay. Like, I think there's some really fair critiques. All right, this is a jungle, so trading post jungles. Oh my god, look at the science in these trading post jungles, dude. So good. So good. All right, we got printing press. Zoos are available, and they're actually really important. So we're going to queue them up everywhere ahead of whatever the city is currently doing, unless it's like one turn or a university. Capital, I can buy the zoo next turn, so that's what I'll probably do. Places that are busy, we'll just buy the zoo. Like in here, we need to buy the zoo. But we're going to see a huge buff to our happiness over the next little while. Okay, I think we've got all our zoos queued up. Adopting a policy, getting naval tradition. That's going to immediately get us a nice buff to our happiness, bringing us up to slightly positive. I'm also going to get compasses because harbors are going to give us happiness too. So that's big. We're going to see a nice culture and happiness boost from that. Oh, why would you ever do that, you fool? You just like stepped up there and got yourself killed. Stupid archer. My Scarcher got himself killed. This is why you don't auto-explore. This is why. I should have listened to Rye. I didn't listen. I pressed the forbidden button. You know what? They should just mod that button out of the game. That's my hot take. Save me from myself. I can't help myself. It's just so tempting to press it. These guys are settling this island. Oh. Who's a naughty little AI? You are. Yes, you are. I hope I made everyone uncomfortable when I said that. All right, we're talking compass here. Gallius Harbor, boom, boom. Fishing boats now have more gold. Faster embarked movement allows establishing an extra trade route. That's really nice. The Gallius is nice. The harbor is big because of the +1 happiness. Also, World Congress has been founded. In terms of research, I think somebody already built Himeji Castle. I think windmills. I think pushing industrialization now could be the big thing. Then again, the seaport is also worth happiness for me. I might push navigation here. And I'm also going to propose, I don't necessarily want the world religion, but cultural heritage sites is like a pretty non-offensive thing. It's not like I've been snapping up all the wonders. Oh yeah, okay. I need to make sure to go through and faith purchase things in my cities. This is where I've been making a big mistake. You know what? I'm going to say auto purchase the art hall just so I don't forget as often. Because the little pop-up will remind me. Go ahead and build me a customs house on this tile. Boom. It's not that good of a tile, but this is my gold generation city. My goal is to make this city just crank out gold as compared to my capital. Brantford has grown. This is definitely a city that we should work the university. And then make sure we work any resource tiles that are high yield. Okay, nobody's working El Dorado. Why don't you work it? Then we'll scoop up these few pops. We've got 3 pops we can distribute. Work the 2 lumber mills. You know what? Let's just work the forestry stuff. It's such good sim. Montreal has grown. 2 food, 1 production tiles. I'm a big fan of. You escaped. Unbelievable that you escaped. I cannot believe that archer didn't step forward and just murk you. I'm amazed. I'm sending a conquistador over to the gold island. Okay, yeah, 6 gold per turn for open borders is fine. I don't care about that. Lusaka, maritime friendly, lovely. Automatic faith purchase has gone off, which triggers me to remember to go through my cities and faith purchase. Yeah, the automatic faith purchase is great. Purely just because it actually creates a notification that might help you remember. Trying to keep all my duders busy. I have so many workers and most of my tiles are improved. Oh, nice. We found the Great Barrier Reef. That's a nice little boost to happiness. Perfect. We can't quite embark across oceans, so we're just waiting for my conquistador to get that skill. It's like settler warriors. It's kind of cool. I really like that conceptually. Immaculate concept. Concept? I don't know. Immaculate conceptually. So there's caravels. Observatories are big. 4 science per city. Faster embarked plus ocean embarkation. Perfect. We can go ahead and secure this gold now. That might also trigger some We Love the King days. If I kind of go through my cities, gold, furs, pearls, salt, cocoa, sugar, salt, gems. Yeah, so start narrowing it down a little. We have plenty of gold in my capital. I'm going to buy the zoo. Keep the happiness chuchin. We bought an art hall. Let's go through our cities. Okay, vocal chamber. Pop a little mine on that hill. Okay, Archer, I need to find you a place to settle. Like, not settle, sorry, like to rest. You're all messed up, man. Lumber mills, trading posts. Oh my. Get them down wherever you can. I'm trying to just like look with my eye and see if I can, well, that's what you usually do. Usually I look with my eyes. I typically don't look with my ears. That's like just not something I've really mastered the skill of. You know what? I want your pearls. Bruh. Ain't no way we're doing that trade. Listen, you're not getting a luxury from me. If you have a spare luxury and you're not giving me a luxury, you're just not getting it from me. Okay, we're sitting on about a 2,000 culture right now from our riders. We'll keep them asleep for now. Buffalo Creek has grown. My empire has gotten out of its happiness lock, which is fantastic. Do I want to make more I don't know if I should work the vocal chambers. I don't think the power in that is working the vocal chamber. I don't know if that's where that comes from. We got the zoo in Montreal. We are working the university. I do think it would be good for us to build the observatory. It's a 4-turn build. Alternatively, getting the Globe Theatre is like an extra great rider. Very, very powerful. Most of the power of this is in the free great rider. But, oh, you know what? I need to be working. Damn it. You know what? I need to be working the longhouse in here to get those great engineers more quickly. Like, Globe Theatre in Grand River would be amazing because the +1 great rider points would be amazing. Also, Musician's Guild would be excellent. Shit. Happiness from the Harbor. There's so much we can build in here. I think I should focus on like the big things. Leaning Tower of Pisa would give me a lot of great people generation. It's extremely powerful, but I also like the Globe Theatre because of the great rider. And that great rider would give me a huge boost of culture right at the start, hopefully, of getting ideology. Asinka has grown. Yeah, that's fine. Work that. I think I will work this too. It's quite valuable. Grand River has grown. I think this is more of a great people generation city, so we'll focus on working specialists. That's your job. You're getting fed. Production in Asinka. We got the zoo. It's hard for me to not lean into getting the observatory. A 12-turn leaning tower. I think my capital's too busy to build it, but I could build a 12-turn leaning tower in here. Maybe I have a better city, production-wise. Like an 11-turn leaning tower in Brantford. I think I will go for the 10-turn leaning tower in Jeunesse River, and we can probably overflow a harbor into it if we can get enough production in there. I think I finished the zoo. I think I would like to get a few conquistadors. Like, now is the time to do it. Get them into position for the future. In the cities that are pretty well developed, like my older cities that have a little bit more power. Okay, Japan denounced me. He wants way too much for those. He's a little annoyed at me, which, I mean, to be fair, I just settled like a bajillion cities because I was just like, well, nobody else is doing this. I'm pretty sure, does India still have that thing? Oh, we met Leventa. Does India still have that thing where it's like, oh, settling cities is twice as much unhappiness, but population is only half as much? Wouldn't it be awesome if there was an inverted civ? It's like, oh, settling a city only costs you 2 happiness, but population is double. That'd be kind of interesting. Like a civ that like city maxes, you know what I mean? Okay, open borders with Japan is good because it makes them like me more. Makes them hate me less, basically. We've got a great artist in Grand River. Let's go ahead and Golden Age again. Really valuable. Do maritime infrastructure, +3 production in all coastal cities. That might shave a turn off Leaning Tower. Also the 50% production boost towards seaports and stuff. There's no point overflowing into the Leaning Tower because we can't one-turn the harbor, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, we can't one-turn the harbor, so we'll just continue building the Leaning Tower. Guinness River has grown. Keep working productive tiles. Beautiful. Salamanca has grown. Okay, I'm not working at the university in here. That's a mistake. Let's prioritize the university. Then we need to make sure our cities are growing. So the 4 food tiles are just critical. Like literally any 4 food tile we should just be working. Then it kind of becomes a little bit more squirrely, and it's more based on what the city needs. Like here's a nice sheep tile. Then there's like that nice coconut tile. The city's production is a little bit worse, but it will grow better now. And it's also contributing to the science of my empire more effectively. Do I want to work the longhouse and the market in here? Not really anymore. So I'm going to pull people out of there. I will work this, and I will work this. These are 2 great tiles to keep the city growing. And we are in a phase of the game where growth has become useful again. We could get another cargo ship. I think that's a good pickup. I wanted to purchase a zoo in here, and then I want to go through my cities and purchase all of the religious buildings that I've unlocked. So much culture and faith. Amazing. Buffalo Creek got a zoo. Let's get some conquistadores. Art Hall has been purchased. We got the artist. Salt. Keisler, happy with my piety. Troy, we're mutually beneficial from a trade route. Where is Troy? Holy shit, Troy. You think I can trade with you? Okay, bro. Like in the center of the continent, on the other side of the world. Dude, what do you think I'm going to trade with you? You're crazy. You're crazy in the coconut. That boy needs therapy. All right, let's kill this little archer. Boish. Oh, no, he's coming to steal. He's stealing. He's gonna steal. Ooh, no. Can't let him. I'm gonna move to here. I think this is the spot. I might pop a rider to get colonialism next turn before I settle the city. All right, there's navigation. We have access to seaports now. I am going to pop a single great rider here, even though I really don't necessarily want to do that. I want to save him for later so I can do colonialism. So newly founded cities start with 2 population. They get a free worker and 6 additional tiles and 2 happiness. Now this will allow me to boosh. It wants me to settle over here. I definitely want to settle in the center of the island. We plonk, boom, and we shoot. Tell the city to focus on production for now. Amazingly, we could build the all thing in here, and it would only take 13 turns. 13 turns. That's amazing. All right, let's get those conquistadors out into the ocean. You got a zoo, get me a conquistador. You built me a conquistador. Well, why don't you get me one more conquistadora? Salamanca, you finished a zoo. Okay, you got way too much stuff to build. Let's do observatory. It's +4 science. Canada Lake, you have grown, good sir. Yeah, you're working a perfectly fine tile. That's fine. Capital has grown. That's a 3 food, 3 production tile. That's a great one to grab. Grand River has grown. And every time this city grows, my PP grows. Boom. Worked that lovely tile right there. Although maybe gold. A lot of gold. Montreal is now 13 citizens. We love it. My faith purchase is no longer valid. So switch over to riding auditoriums everywhere that we can. I do need to pick science. I think this is very clearly banking into economics. We start pumping our gold, we start pumping our production, and we get industrialization. We unlock coal, we go for our ideology, and we bish bash bosh. We hit the next era. Now I am wondering if the Grand Temple will be invalidated. I'm wondering, can I buy the shrine and maybe the temple next turn to make Gowanda less problematic? Let's grab the Longhouse. There's so much production locked up in that. China lost their capital. I think they're dead, actually. I think I had a trade deal with them. So that's kind of bad for me, actually. Need to convert these cities to the north. Is Borobudur only in this city? No, which one was it? All missionaries born in this city can spread 3 times. So you want to get your missionaries in here. That's what I'll do. I'll get myself a couple of missionaries so we can spread up here, at least in our local neighborhood. The city lacks food, so I'll put a farm on that hill. It's not my preference, but the city lacks food. So sometimes you got to do things that not necessarily your preference, you know? Not ideal. She wants to buy ivory. You know what? You're getting your ass kicked. You can have ivory for gold. That's fine. I've got a great scientist in my capital. We can plonk this down on a nice tile. A nice hill over here could be a winner. I think our Grand Temple got cancelled in here, which doesn't feel great. I will build a stable. I will create the academy. Boom. We will work the academy. The hell do I cancel this? So much science. 100 science from that city is so good. Osinka got me a conquistador. Get him in the water and we'll make use of him. Buffalo Creek. I don't know how many conquistadors we need, but I'm just going to get a couple more. Brantford, you did your job. Let me send a missionary to the north. North Fortress. And then I'll buy one more missionary. And that should handle all of our converting that we need to do. I'll get another conquistador in Brantford. That's perfect. Send you deep. Canada Lake. Got a cargo ship. Go ahead and get me that harbor. And we'll move the cargo ship to probably Lake Simcoe. Oh no, you know what? We could send production to Gowanda. Would help the city out, getting it up and running faster. Go improve that gold, get us nice. We love the King Day. Looking at Lake Simcoe, we're definitely not working the university in here, but this city is having a little bit of a struggle. It just doesn't have the pop that it needs. Like we need to work all this food and then maybe we can work one university slot. Let's get you a harbor. It might help you with regards to trading and stuff like that. Lumber mill popping on there. Oh wow, amazingly I got a cattle tile. Cattle tile has the same cadence as tattletale in my brain. Even though they're very, very different, it's kind of the same structure of the words, you know what I'm saying? Wittenberg wants your mom. Oh yeah. There's banking, we have the Forbidden Palace, constabularies for spy stopping. We've got grocers, everything. That's fantastic. I'm worried about them jumping on you, so I'm going to pop you back into the city. You know what I will do with you? I will purchase your temple, which will allow me to get back to building the Grand Temple in my capital. Montreal, I want the observatory. We are working the university slots. Did you grow? You did. Guinness River has grown. Yeah, keep working those lumber mills. Those are great tiles. Ooh, there is a fish tile down here though. Work that, that's even better. Like Simcoe has grown. Pop that into the university. The science is important. Salamanca has grown. Keep growing, growing, growing. Production in Canada Lake. We got our harbor. We can go for the seaport. That will get us +2 production and +1 happiness in the city. That's a great thing. We also build them faster. +1 golden production as well as a happiness in here. You definitely need to sim harder. You can't really pick up much in the way of science for me. All right, let's look through the list of cities that we have. Anything we can faith purchase? Okay, we get the vocal chamber and the riding auditorium in here. Clicking through the city until I can see I can buy literally anything. Okay, nothing right now. Production in Gowanda. I think the main thing here is to focus on sim. So that'll be production first. Production and growth first. Anything that gives food. So like watermill, granary, aqueduct. That's all growth, 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 growth. Head up north, actually. There's a couple of nice tiles that we can improve. Oh, we gotta get that sheep online up in Lake Simcoe. It's getting to the point now where it's like hard to see which tiles I should even bother improving. Or like, what should I prioritize? Like we're getting to that stage of the game, you know, where there's so much happening. Like the game is so busy that this is like the point where I would like, you know what would be nice if I didn't have to manage builders like workers anymore. This is the point in the game that I wish I didn't have to manage them anymore. Around now, just delete them. Take them out of the game. That's why I'm looking forward to Civ 7, man. It's going to take away a lot of the micromanagement you have to do in the late game. Now, some of that micromanagement I'm going to miss, right? Ooh, 1, 2, 3 fish tiles. I could settle here. See, if I settled here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 fish tiles plus the entire island secured, including gems. And it would be a freshwater city too. You go convert Gowanda. But we're sending our conquistadors deep, dude. My sim is crazy. I should probably go up to a higher difficulty. There's Globe Theater, +1 free Great Rider. Over here, we're going to put him to sleep. He is worth 1,300 culture right now. I definitely want my Musicians Guild in here. It's kind of delayed. Fine. We had other priorities. Brantford has grown. Man, we really don't have good spots for people. I'll just park you in there. And then Brantford, yeah, you should definitely build me the harbor. Akwesasne, go ahead and jump into the water for me. You, get me the observatory. We need that science. Buffalo Creek, I need my harbors. I need that happiness. The happiness is going to start to be a bit of a problem now. We're kind of coming out of the golden age of happiness is ending. Previous automatic faith purchase is no longer valid. We will go for vocal chamber. Candle Lake has grown. Yeah, we don't have the best tiles ever here. Keep growing. 3 food tiles are valuable. Go improve that fish for Buffalo Creek. Pasture here, mine on that tile. You are doing what? Nothing, because there's no tiles to improve around here, bro. Cargo ship, I believe you were feeding Grand River. Continue to feed Grand River. We need that city to grow like crazy. Missionary, please convert Salamanca. Perfect. Should probably buy an Inquisitor, and in fact, I will. Also, Art Hall, Vocal Chamber, Riding Auditorium, Cargo Ship, feed Grand River, thank you good sir. Conquistador, jump up onto land. Conquistador is in position, not quite ready to drop down all those new cities, but we're also not too far away from it. Trading post right there, I also want a trading post right here, perfect. He's standing on my damn tile, so we'll wait till he gets off the fish. Oh yeah, there's economics, which is going to give us the windmill. That's a 10% production boost in our cities when we're building buildings. We definitely want this in the capital as soon as possible. The +1 production from lakes is crazy. There's a great engineer in the capital. Is there a wonder we can build right now? I don't think so. Industrialization is 4 turns away. I don't think anyone else is in the industrial era. We've accumulated enough culture. Do we want to finish exploration? Let's have a little think about this. If we take navigation schools, that's +1 science in all cities. Sorry, +2 science in all coastal cities. Treasure fleets is +1 food production and gold from coast and ocean tiles without sea resources or improvements, which would make our coastal sim like disgusting. And then adopting all of the policies in exploration will give us +1 happiness from each luxury and allow us to buy great admirals. With fate starting in the industrial era, which we're about to hit, I think it might be good for us to finish exploration here because it'll make our coastal sim on these cities just actually disgusting. So I'm going to pop navigation schools here. That'll get us +2 science per coastal city. It's not an insane amount of science, but every trickle becomes a storm, okay? We are going to remove heresy in Lake Simcoe, perfect. And then we'll send a missionary out here. We're probably going to want more missionaries. So I'm going to try to buy missionaries on cooldown from Odananga. I don't think we have wonders we need to build, although I need to look for a city that's like near a mountain. I don't think I'm near mountains this game. Let me have a look. Do you have a wonder here? No. Some wonders require like a mountain nearby. We got the harbor in Buffalo Creek. I think the sim move here is to definitely get windmills. Keep shooting those guys, and then I want you to put a mine there. Missionary, go ahead and convert this city. And then we can get like the art hall, the vocal chamber, get this city up and running. Capital has grown a pop. Take you, get growth. Grand River has grown a population. You're still working all your good tiles. Keep working high food tiles, that's ideal. Buffalo Creek has grown as well. You're working an obsidian tile, that's fine. Work that fishing boat. Fishing boats are very powerful for my civ. Move these conquistadors out into the deep water. Start looking around, seeing what we can do. We definitely want to settle you there. You can start clearing that camp. We've got sugar and gems. There's not a lot of fish in this city, which doesn't feel great, but I think settling on this river hill is quite a good spot. Only gets you one fish, but it gets you a lot of luxuries, or a lot of resources, really. Great person has been born. We have no use for him right now, so we'll just hold on. Kaisler, happy that I got a great engineer. They want Althing. Time to handle some production stuff. So Buffalo Creek, I think it's very, very natural for us to transition into getting the windmill. We also want the seaport. We definitely want the observatory. And I think you go production into science. That's like the order you do things. You go production, science, gold. Those are like the tiers in my mind. So definitely getting the windmill next is the play. +2 production, +10% production when building buildings. That's really good. A lot of my buildings are finishing in 1 to 3 turns. And I'm okay with letting those finish before I like alter the construction queues. Pop a little mine here. Let's zoom in. Now, my good friend, I want a lumber mill on that forest right there. I want to build a lumber mill on that forest. Our forestry situation is fantastic. Now, you are a builder. Not a lot we can do with those, sadly. Get the fishing boat down here in Guinness River. Go ahead and heal for a turn. Jump up there. Oh, we found the second half of the Great Barrier Reef. Would love to settle up near that. That's a cool one to pick up. Oh my god, he stole the Leaning Tower of Pisa from me. I was 1 turn away. That's okay. 20%, great people growth. All right, new pop in here. We also need to choose production. Let's go windmill into, well, I think windmill into factory is the play here. Montreal now has 14 population. Let's update your production queue as well. We're about to finish the observatory, but then you need to go into the windmill. Guinness River has leveled up. Unfortunately, you lost the thing that you were building. So I think naturally windmill into harbor, or possibly harbor overflow into windmill is the play to go here. Onondaga got the Great Temple. So the science in here is insane. We got 108% science modifier. It's ridiculous. I think we definitely want the windmill, and then we'll kind of play it by ear. Brantford has finished the harbor. We go windmill into seaport. That is just a gimme. Like Simcoe has grown as well. Sadly, you just don't have particularly good tiles, which points me in the direction of going windmill next. Get that extra little bit of production. We got the seaport in Canada Lake. Windmill is next. Just making sure we get all our windmills. We're trying to sim, right? We're trying to make sure that we're strong in the sim department. And we need more production to stay ahead of our curve. All right, let's get the riding auditorium in here. You've already converted. I'll send you back out to the west to get those other cities. We got the gold. Gowanda is now going to start actually being useful. Excited for that. I don't think I'm quite ready to settle my new cities. Dies for ivory, I'll take that deal. We need a new automatic faith purchase. Let's go to the riding auditorium just to keep our stuff busy. Also reminds me to do it. God, I need to just buy the tile to destroy that camp. It's so annoying. Salamanca has grown. Perfect. And you can work that cattle tile. That's excellent. I need to double check. Are all my cities working their universities? I think I have them all working their universities. Yeah, as far as I can tell, they are. That's why my science is so strong right now. I did just get the musician guild in here, but the city's production is so bad. I don't feel like I can pull people away yet. So we'll get to work on the windmill. Japan has denounced Tibet. There's a couple of wars and diplomacy going on. Kaisel we're losing friendships with. We got a pikeman inside our borders. Salamanca grew. Okay, it's all looking fairly straightforward. I'm gonna start sending a couple of builders. I think 2 builders per the new cities is good, and then a few builders just to pick up any strategics, like pick up all this coal. I'll get them onto my road network. Hopefully I have 2 sources of coal. I need at least 10 to really be able to sustain my empire. If I should get 7, but it's scary if I don't get 10. Let's feed Grand River. It's the most important thing. And you were helping Simcoe Sim. So send it 9 production. That's ideal. We have room for another trade route, which will help us with these new cities that we're settling. I'm not going to create the trade route just yet because I haven't settled the... Oh, wow, he stole that. Because I haven't actually done the settling portion of things yet. But my goal is to try to like settle all these on the same turn and like have a big moment. Something that is really tempting me right now is to bring this great engineer down to Grand River. The second that we hit industrialization, we pop both of these, we pop at least one of these great riders to open commerce to get Big Ben, and then engineer Big Ben for the power of Grand River, make our gold go further, you know? I think there's something to be said for doing something like that. It might be a little unhinged, but there's industrialization. This is a big moment for my empire. Like the fact now that we have coal being revealed on the map, we have access to Big Ben, factories, 10% production, +4 base production, +2 engineer slots. Like engineers are going to start coming like nobody's business. First things first, we found a single coal, and Japan is standing on it, of course. That's like the meme. Are you serious? Only 1 coal? Are there any coal on my islands? No coal over here. No coal over here. No. I got coal screwed. Damn, that's unlucky. Let me see. Okay. Hold on. Wittenberg has coal. So I just need to make friends with Wittenberg. Where's my nearest builder? You head to Wittenberg and go switch that to coal, and then you get to Buffalo Creek so we can go improve that coal. All right, you got a citizen. Big thing is production. We could build the alt thing in here. It would make a lot of city-states like us, but I prefer the windmill. Onondaga has grown. That's a perfectly good tile. Petra Hill. Grand River has grown again. The city grows really fast. Big food surplus in here. Now I can work the Musicians Guild. Great culture in the city as well. Get the windmill, choose research. So we have industrialization now. Public schools could be a good follow-up. It feels like a very natural follow-up. I don't love arts funding, so I'm going to go no, yes, and see if that works out for me. Move a citizen around in here like Simcoe. You got a citizen, you need to work around as well. Looking forward to these coastal tiles actually being useful. We got another spy. Let's move you to Wittenberg. Very, very important that we get Wittenberg under our thumb. So we're going to start running coups in there. Where the majority, it's where the rest of our coal is going to come from for our empire. There's none on the islands, which is genuinely saddening, actually. I am going to one-turn steal, because eventually when you get enough science, you start hitting a one-turn per tech limit. That starts to become quite hard to work around. I want to wait 2 turns before I settle my conquistador cities. Keep feeding Grand River. We want that city to be sick. And the reason I want to wait is because I want to finish exploration before I make it more expensive, if you know what I mean. This is not a good city. I think I'm going to skip this island. I'm just not going to bother settling this one. It would piss off China for very little gain. All right, let's pop up here. Boom, we go to the next turn. We're juicing. A lot of windmills finishing now. What's our demos looking like? Oh yeah, look at those demos, baby. Top and everything except for soldiers and approval. Steel is now finished, so that gives us armor mills. Importantly, lumber mills get +1 production, and we got a musician here. Musician is kind of interesting because we could create a festival on this cattle tile. It's not a bad move, honestly. -1 production, +4 culture. Don't really have much use for musicians aside from that. Shoot that nerd. Perfect. Finally, the city's starting to come online. I can start to do a little bit more than kind of passively work on stuff. Oh, right. We got the culture from World Wonders. It passed. Perfect. I would love if we could do World's Fair. So I'm going to commit that proposal. Buffalo Creek has grown. Yeah, you're working that tile. It's fine. Genesee River has grown. Boom. Work that tile. It's perfect. My automatic faith purchase is no longer valid. Go ahead and faith purchase the art hall. Like Simcoe, what do you got in here? Art hall. I will purchase a missionary so we can spread our religion a little bit easier. You gained a promotion. Not really what I'm looking to do with my inquisitors. Civilian unit, we will take that civilian unit. That belongs to me now, bud. You move here, attack, attack. We're clearing the islands. Cleared. Perfect. We got the windmill in here. I probably should have great person the coal, which is now tempting me. Boom, manufacture the coal so we can one turn it and start our factories in the cities that are ready. +9 science from ye old faithful. Ye old. All right, he's denouncing me. He's a little mad. He's a little mad that I'm settling all his islands and I did all this stuff. Ooh, great scientist in Osinka. Pop a little academy right there. We lose a production, but we gain 8 science, which is crazy good. Shoot that loser, pop you. Let's finish exploration. Boom, there's treasure fleets. Tons of happiness from luxuries, providing +1 happiness now. And we get a great admiral. And we could buy great admirals for faith. And all of our coastal tiles are worth +1 food, +1 production, as long as I don't have a sea resource. Look at this. 3 food, 1 production, 1 gold. That's an amazing tile, considering it's basically unimproved. Now, the awesome thing is, I'm pretty sure in this mod, yep, they added the dry dock. So we can make our coastal tiles even crazier. I'm going to cut a little here because I need this city to grow more. I'm going to focus hard on these tiles. I'll drop a dry dock here because that's tasty. So a great admiral is like 500. That's beautiful. Maybe I should buy a great artist and golden age it? I don't know. Yeah, we should golden age. So I'll pop a great artist. How close until our next one? We're not too far away. Okay, so now that we've finished that, we can safely pop our conquistadors into cities. So I gotta find some optimal places to do this, is like the thing. So I think a very optimal one was up here in the top. It was a 4-fish city. Now it's only a 3-fish because he stole my, no, that's my city. Yeah, it is a 4-fish city. So we could pop right here. It's a you know what I mean. It's on a river. You know that thing. So freshly settled city, always want to go production focus. And we want tiles that are of good value. Nice coastal unimproved tiles do a lot of value for us. So I think that's what we're going to prioritize working on. These sort of coastally unimproved things. We get a nice little growth curve in here. Then the big thing this city wants is a lighthouse, because we're going to be working a lot of coastals in here. We're going to want a granary, and we're going to want a watermill, and we're going to want an aqueduct. So we'll kind of pump all of that. That's all getting the growth out of the way first. So then we can start thinking about, okay, what does the city do beyond grow? We got the windmill in Grand River. We absolutely want the factory. I could purchase the factory in here, but I think what we're going to do is just switch on the factory here. I want a factory in Guinness River. I need to save up my money. I don't want to purchase things because I need to save up my money to be able to get Wittenberg's love. Aquis Sasmi has grown. Don't you dare sass me. I am going to make that joke every time I have to click on this city. I don't remember why this worker was here. I think it was to improve the coal, but we already did that. So go ahead and jump into the water and just head out into the great unknown. This archer is finally healed, so I could send him off. Kill that archer, explore those ruins, jump up here. This is not a bad city. If we settle the deer, it's a 3 fish tile. If we settle here, it's a 1 fish tile. If we settle here, it's a 2 fish tile. Boom, boom, boom. That's fine. I'm going to settle this city now. Boom. Cuba has been settled. Boom, boom, boom. Work that. We follow the same pattern as the other one. Granary, watermill, aqueduct. We get the city. Once the city is growing, we can start to transition into other things. Nothing I can really do with my workers. They're not builders in this one. They're workers in Civ 5. Nice fishing boat right there. We'd love to see that. A quinquireme. You've basically done all the exploration I need you to do. You did a great job exploring. All right, let's add the lighthouse to queue. We'll put it at the top of the queue because we definitely want this city to be working these nice coastal tiles as well. We don't want the longhouse in here. We want these. We want growth. All right, let's send our missionary out to convert these cities. Drop a little farm here. Convert Buffalo. Now that we've converted Buffalo, we can buy all the good stuff in there. Not quite ready for that. Oh, these guys are a little aggressive. Worker. Oh yeah, we definitely want these gems online. I think we have a request for gems. Can't remember. We cleared this island. Go get that ruin. Oh, free pop. Wow. Turn 100 pop ruin. Dude, we are rich. We're pogging. Okay, there's architecture. We have access to the Hermitage. That's a national wonder. We're going to need opera houses in every city to get that 50% culture bonus. Architecture is nice. This gives us the Uffizi, Taj Mahal, free Golden Age plus 4 happiness. This is like getting a luxury and a Golden Age all in one. The Porcelain Tower requires rationalism, so we're probably not going to get that one. We could potentially open rationalism for the Porcelain Tower. It is a lot of science and culture. Probably not going to build the Uffizi because that requires aesthetics. Okay, somebody is in my capital spy stealing, but I do have a spy protecting there, so that's fine. We're establishing surveillance in Wittenberg. This guy has promoted. Excellent. I have enough gold now to give a 1,000 gift. It's more efficient to give a 1,000 gift. So for 250, you get 20. Or in effect, it is... Oh my god, I can't do the math. 500... So if you did this 4 times, you would get 80 influence. If you did this twice, for 500 gold, you would get 40. So a 500 gift is more efficient than 250, but the 1,000 isn't much more efficient. But I am going to give a 1,000 gift. It's really important that I have Wittenberg on my side because they're going to be one of my sources of coal. I could also just kill them, but, you know. That is a little less kosher, my dude. A vocal chamber, a writing auditorium, getting the culture and the faith pumping. Capital has grown. I'm going to work the windmill because great engineers are important. Brantford has 13 citizens. This is one of my coastal cities, so it probably needs to be reworked a little bit. And honestly, I have so much culture right now that like the culture from El Dorado just isn't that important. That's way more relevant early game, but these coastal tiles are sick. Now in Brantford, we definitely want to get the factory, so we'll start pumping that. In Osinka, ooh, this is a Taj Mahal city. Could I get the Taj Mahal? I could get the Taj in my capital. I could add that to the queue. I'd be able to get it pretty quick. Extra Golden Age, I'll take it. I'm going to Golden Age now, and hopefully the Golden Age overflow will mean that Taj Mahal is done faster. All right, which tile do I want to settle on? Do I want to settle on the hill, or do I want to settle on the marsh? If I settle on the hill, I can theoretically get both atolls. Okay, we'll settle right there. We'll shoot you, then we'll kill you. You go improve that sugar. Boom. Let's get the factory in Osinka. Couple of cities grew. Canada Lake. Oh yeah, now we don't have to work these crappy inland farms. We can work these juicy coastal tiles. Oh my god, the money. Our cities are growing like crazy. Yeah, get me a factory in here. You get a factory too. We don't have any more coal left. That's fine. We can have these cities work on other things like markets for the gold. There's industrialization. It's done. There is something to be said for going for chemistry to get our manufacturing and mine production yield improved. I do think scientific theory is a great follow-up to factories. However, I should always take a one-turn tech where available because I can slightly overflow it into the next one. In terms of production down here in Akron, we start with the lighthouse. We work the coastal tiles. Oh, that's a great atoll. Actually, I can work both atolls. It's amazing. Start with the lighthouse, get ourselves the granary, then the aqueduct. Grow. That is the key thing to do with these new cities. We got salt. I definitely want to get the Great Barrier Reef, and settling right here gets me a lot of interesting things. I get the Great Barrier Reef, I get 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 fish and an atoll. Missed this one, but I can get that one from the city to the south. So I think settling on the desert here is a kind of interesting choice. I could settle the deer and still keep these, but I would lose the bottom of the island. So I think settling here is a good compromise. Make sure you're working these nice coastal tiles as a priority. You go get that salt. You get the fish, immediately begin construction of the lighthouse so that we can improve the coastal tiles. And then the natural progression is, not monument, sorry, granary, aqueduct. Get that growth pumping. There's also this city over here that I want to settle. 1, 2, 3. So I'm thinking of settling on horses because that will get me 1, 2, 3, 4 fishing tiles plus like 3 atolls. So boom, right there. Work the atoll and this. Immediately, these cities are already cranking out just resources for us. Like, look at this city, the 15 production city with 6 gold. It's just like, yes, please, this is what I wanted. We got missionaries on their way to convert these cities too. I'm allies with Wittenberg. Phnom Penh wants gold. So if I wanted to get control of more city-states, I could do that now with my gold, and I am making enough gold to where that starts to become kind of, well, scary for everyone else. I just have so much gold. I'm tempted to settle cattle here because it brings an atoll into range of the city and it still captures all of the land area. Yeah, get this wheat online. Let's start building this city up. Akron can fire upon an enemy. Go clear that if you can. Build that nice plantation for me. A couple of cities have grown. Grand River, grown again. My main focus in here is to work as many of these tiles as possible. So the grow move is well underway. I am going to buy a cargo ship here so we can feed some of those other cities. Montreal, why not get a grocer? Ooh, it could be really good for us to work these trading posts. They're so valuable. And then focus on the resources. Naturally work these. Yeah, the value of some of these tiles is extremely high. Well, the value on others is quite low. And then let's do longhouse plus windmill. Very little surplus food in here, but that's okay. Genesee River. Let's just wake your population up. I definitely think most of these tiles are worth working. So yeah, we're just working a ton of food, ton of production, ton of gold. Great city. 62.9 production. Ideology should happen, I think, either this, like next turn or the turn after. You get a windmill in here. Great lake tile. Keep grow. Let's get the bank. A little bit of gold in there. Montreal got its windmill. We'll go for the bank and the grocer to try and build up the food and gold in that city. Growth and gold are both valuable. Cuba, convert. Perfect. Speaking of Cuba getting converted, we can now then buy the art hall, the vocal chamber, the riding auditorium in there. You're not allowed rework tiles in this game. Please tell me they'll put a mine on that. Oh, shit. All right, I'll have to save gold and maybe make friends with some of the other city-states. All right, we got fishing boats in there. Let's get that pasture online. Beautiful. Get that stone online. Camp down here. Fishing boat finish. Oh, baby, this city is like, damn. Okay, the acceleration on these cities will be crazy. Can't clear that cap yet because you've already moved this turn. You can settle this turn, and I think we had agreed that this is where you would settle. Yes, I know I'm unhappy, but unhappiness is a temporary problem. Make sure we work that fish tiles. We will get the lighthouse, the granary, the watermill, and the aqueduct. You improve fish, you get the salt. We're gonna have so many We Love the King days and so many luxuries. And oh, so there's gunpowder. We got the great artist and a great merchant. Okay, great writer. We could put you to sleep. Great merchant. Oh, it's ideology time. Now, this is very clearly an autocracy game. Autocracy was like built for liberty. Okay, so like, no, sorry. Order. Okay, +2 local happiness from monuments. Faster money. That's 2 happiness per city. Okay, +1 local happiness from workshop factories and solar and hydro nuclear plants. +2 food, gold, and production and science per city. New cities start with an extra population. Oh shit, I should have waited. Resettlement would have been sick. Although we're not going to be settling anymore. A workshop, granary, monument, library, and aqueduct. That's crazy. That's crazy. The gold cost of purchasing buildings, 50% cheaper. Holy crap. Local happiness. Factories increase the city's science output by 25%. You build factories faster. +2 production per city and +1 production for every mine and quarry. Military academies and armories provide science and culture. Communism isn't very good, but Iron Curtain, internal trade routes provide either 10 food or 10 production and an additional +1 extra per era after the industrial era. Spaceflight pioneers can finish spaceship parts with great engineers. Very powerful order. We're going to take order. And the first tenant we're going to be picking here is, so I think right now I need the happiness. So 2 happiness per city. Like we're now +6 happiness. That's like insane. Grand River, finish the factory. Let's get our harbor because we want to get our seaport in here. In Buffalo Creek, we want the bank. for the gold. In Genesee River, I'm going to queue up the seaport, then I will queue up the observatory and the bank. I may go observatory first because science is a little bit more important. Down in Salamanca, we got a market. Let's queue up the growth from the grocer is nice. We also would like the bank. Caravansary for gold. We're going to let that city chill there because it doesn't have a factory, which is unfortunate. Choosing production down here. We got all our basics. All right, let's have a look. How do we get the city to churn? Well, an important thing is to make sure that the tiles that we're working are higher value. So things like the stable, that's a good sim building. The harbor will connect the city up, getting us more gold across our empire. Montreal has 15 citizens. Good job. Shoot and kill that barb. Excellent. Improve that fish. We can extend our golden age for another 4 turns, and then we can Taj Mahal extend. Hopefully that works well and doesn't give me a crappy extension. Sometimes when I extend golden age, it's like, oh, plus 2 turns. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? That's not enough golden age. I'm so mad I can't improve that. Coal tile inside their territory. You can't build things outside of your own territory. You know what, man? Screw you. Okay, we got another cargo ship. This one I'm going to send to Cuba, giving production. And then the idea is once these cities have had like 1 round of production fed to them, they will then turn around and feed food to Grand River. It's a sort of a you scratch my back, I scratch yours, or I scratch your back, you scratch mine. It's sort of a little, you know, a little quid pro quo, so to speak. Gowanda has grown, worked that fish tile. We definitely want to get that improved. Salamanca has grown as well. We don't have many good options for tiles anymore in here. So it might be good to move into things like the longhouse stuff. Buffalo Creek has grown. Oh man, I need to rework this whole city. Okay, first things first, work the really good tiles. That's play number 1. Then work these amazing coastals. Look at that. That's beautiful. Grand River got its harbor. I'm going to get the seaport now. Osinka has grown. Yeah, there's just not really super good tiles in here for us to work, sadly. If I take this from the capital, it's not even that good. A lot of my cities are in We Love the King Day due to the happiness getting delivered. You grow 25% faster in We Love the King Days. Oh, I got a free unit. I hate that I have to destroy that to put the sugar in, but that's the reality sometimes. Sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do. I've got more builders that I know what to do with at this point. That's the position that I'm in. So I'm sending them out to improve my island settles, so we can get them developed a little bit faster. May adopt a policy. Let's go for our second policy. I think party leadership is great. Hero of the people is fantastic. But I think, oh, this is so good though. I think 2 food, 2 gold, 1 production, 1 science per city just ekes me ahead a little bit, really makes me scale. Let's make sure we're fully working this factory. I don't really have good places I can pull a pop from. I'll pull one from here because we want that great engineer points. We're getting 20 per turn. Grand River has grown once again. Plug a few more citizens in here now. Grand River seems to be doing pretty okay. Grab the observatory. I'm just going to queue up a bunch of random crap now. Just be like, hey, get all this done. And when I say random crap, like the bank is good. The caravansary is good. The observatory should go ahead. The textile mill and the amphitheater is good for culture. Osinka got its factory. Naturally, that's going to push us in the direction of productivity. We can also push banks and opera houses through. Sasmi has finished its construction queue. Let's get the grocer. It also grew a pop. We can pop that into the longhouse for now. Buffalo Creek got its bank. We don't really have anything else we need to build in here. I guess a garden and a constabulary would be nice. The garden for the great people growth and the constabulary for the national wonder prep. Brantford finished a factory. Let's get the observatory, the bank, and the constabulary in here in that order. Canada Lake, we want the observatory, and then we want the bank, and then we want the constabulary in that order. In Lake Simcoe, we finished a factory, which is beautiful. This city's a little bit further behind, so I'm thinking observatory for now, and we'll come re-examine this city. We want to do that one at a time. Gowanda finished its construction. I think a seaport could be useful. Right now, I still see the most important thing for this city is growth. I could see some value in a monument in helping the borders grow. I could probably see more value in a seaport because that's +3 production. Because it's +1 production per sea resource. So that's a 3 production improvement right there. And then the forge would be nice to get online as well, because that's another +1 production. So we're focusing on the sim, getting the stats of that city up, basically, is what I mean by that. Build a nice camp over here. You're still exploring. I think we've gotten all the good islands, if not all of the islands. Built a little fish down here in Gowanda. Good sir. You already built this fish. Let's get this fish online. The lighthouse will pop soon. Go ahead and get the stone up. Perfect. Fortify right there. Can't construct that there. That's okay. Tell you what though, there's a horse over here you can be built on. That little fishing tile. We rigged the election of Wittenberg. We got another golden age. I think that did extend it only by 2 turns. We got scientific theory. There's public schools, +1 science for every 2 citizens in the city, +1 science from forest tiles, and +3 base science, as well as a scientist slot. So we're going to want to get public schools pretty much everywhere. We also got a great scientist in Grand River. I'm going to send that over to the capital because there is another really nice academy tile right there. And I will scoop up you right there. Let's get the observatory and the public school. I'll take out the longhouse. I'll take out the windmill. The city still needs to grow. It's got crazy good production though. A ton of my cities are growing, which is fantabulous. Going through my cities and making sure that they're all working good tiles. Ooh, that tile over there needs to be improved. I got a builder in the area. There. Gowanda grew. Let's work the fish. 3 food tiles are magic. I gotta tell you, man. 3 food tiles are absolutely magic. I am loving, absolutely loving the growth rate on these newly settled colonies. It's bonkers. Oh no, there's a little island. No, it's not an island. Never mind. Montreal, we got a grocer, public school. We're going to go through every city, basically add a public school and put it at the top of the queue. This is to get our science up. With the exception of our island cities, because they're not quite ready to start sciencing. But everywhere else, got the observatory, the public school in here. We got the public school in here. I will let the bank finish. Anything that's got 1 turn left on it, you may as well let finish. Unless you really think that like, oh man, I really need that building. That building is so much more important. Like here, the constabulary literally does nothing. So I'm happy to put something ahead of it. Whereas the observatory, like, that's a science building, you know what I mean? Like, I'll let that finish. Okay, I think I have public schools queued up in every city except for my newly settled coastals. Chemistry and metallurgy, I think, well, I can definitely 1 turn one of these. And chemistry would get me +1 production on my mines, which is fantastic for the late game. 5 turns until the World Congress convenes, and then we can start thinking about if we want to bulb these great writers. Because if we could get the 100% culture boost, godlike, to basically finish the ideology tree in like a single turn, kind of what I'm going for here. All right, we need to convert here. And once we do convert, we can buy art hall, we get the vocal chamber, we get the writing auditorium. We pop over to Cuba. Have I done the same thing here? I have, I think. Then Cayuga Castle, art hall, vocal chamber, writing auditorium. My culture and faith is insane right now. This cargo ship was feeding Gowanda, so I'm going to send this cargo ship to Gowanda, and now it's going to feed Grand River. Still improving lots of tiles. I'm going to drop you on the horse tile. Lots of gold. Good worker. I don't remember why you're here. I think I'm just going to fortify you until we can do railroads. Dude, if you want to do open borders, it's got to be mutual. But you're willing to give me 6 gold in an open borders trade? Easy, dude. Thanks. There's chemistry, cannons, manufacturing, mines, quarry. So a lot of production just got injected into our civilization. There's a great musician. We got a strategic around somewhere. We could plop this guy on. That horse is already done. We got an iron over there that we could do it on. Grand River now has 21 population. My hope is to try to grow this city like nearly every turn. And we need to work all these specialists too. Buffalo Creek grew. And I think it's worth it to work this obsidian now. We're getting to the point now where like this level of production starts to get hard to prioritize growth over. In a lot of cities, though, I can still get away with it. Salamanca. Yeah, not much growth in there. May as well work a production tile. Well, I guess there is a nice jungle tile over there. Gowanda has grown again. Oh, really? The city has grown again. Ooh, actually, I think this is better. Fishboat. Yeah, then we can start improving the actual land tiles. Akron has grown too. Oh, good sir. Make sure you're working good food tiles. You have grown as well. Oh, yeah, Great Barrier Reef. That's a poggers tile right there. You're still looking for gold, right? Here you go. Boom. I'm now allies with Phnom Penh, and that's a maritime city-state. So they're going to be gifting me 3 food in my capital and 1 food in all my other cities. That's actually fantastic. You have grown as well. You're working the good tiles. Go ahead and improve that fish. It'll be ready next turn. A couple of my cities want pearls. Great person was born. I think I already did what I wanted to do with them. Tenants of your mom? Laventa wants my mom? No, they want your mom. Fertilizer wouldn't be bad for extra food. I'm trying to think, what's our goal? Railroad's incredible for production. Research labs is incredible for science. Neuschwanstein is incredible in a wide build. So we could try to go for that. Hospitals are fantastic for pumping growth. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze through Neuschwanstein. 3 gold, 2 culture, and +1 happiness from every castle. Could be like really damn good. I will pop in here. You're building that. Excellent. Then this builder I will just put to sleep. because I want to have some people in position for railroads. I don't want them running around the world doing random tasks of improving cities. Great work. Gowanda, I want you to feed Grand River. And then we can pop on to the next turn. Let's go, baby. Oh my god, look at all these cities growing. Isn't it magic? Yeah, you should definitely work that. That's a good tile. Sasme has grown. And let me tell you, this city is sassing me. And I think it is time that we started working some of these mines. And we're lacking the ye old production. Get a little SimCity going. Simcoe. Speaking of SimCity, Simcoe is ready. This city doesn't have enough population and it has enough production to kind of get by. Oh, Gowanda, you are growing every single turn. Are you not magic, good sir? Beefalo has grown. Wait, where did you put your worker? Ah, over here. No, 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 no. We want you to grow, good sir. Cuba has grown as well. Isn't it magic, guys? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I love this. All right, one of my coastal cities has grown over here. Honestly, this is fine. Choosing production in my capital. We got the public school. That means we definitely want to be working our great scientist things, because this is worth 7 science. It's also great scientist points. It's just so much. Now, in terms of what we actually want to be building, I do take a constabulary in my capital because it is the best place for my enemies to spy steal from is worth it. And then I think queuing up a bank and a caravanserai is fine too. In Cuba, we got our aqueduct, so the growth has begun. Now we need to think about, okay, how do we verticalize the city? How do we make it more productive? And I think that the natural progression here is going to be a longhouse. That's a 10% production boost. Also a windmill. A stable will give us production. The harbor will lead to a production building. So I think I'm going to hold off on the windmill, but I'll go longhouse, stable, harbor, because that's going to lead to better production in the long run. Akron in here has finished its aqueduct, so it is also ready for its longhouse. It is working mostly coastal tiles, but it does have the option for a stable plus a harbor. We want to get those buildings up, partially so that we can connect them to our network. So many workers to command, so little time. But yeah, I'm not going to give you an update on like every single worker that I micromanage, because I think at this point it's all very rote. You know, we're in the churn. This is like the Civ 5 churn. Civ 5 churn starts in like the industrial era. Let's continue to feed Grand River. We want that city to be big and strong. Pop over to the next turn. Oh, Japan entered the industrial. Oh, he angry. Oh, he real angry. There's metallurgy. We could build the red fort. 4 happiness, 8 culture. The happiness is nice. It's honestly not that good of a wonder though. I mean, better defensive buildings is fine. It means you're basically unkillable. Okay, Guinness River has grown. I think we get to work on the public school. You have grown as well. Your public school is ready, so make sure that we're doing public schools, because it's like, it's just that trickle of science. Again, it becomes a storm given enough time. But yeah, in these fresh cities, like in these newly settled coastal boys, the most important thing is to keep working 3 food tiles wherever we can, so we can keep the growth rate accelerative. Buffalo Creek got a constabulary. I think it's, you know, there's no reason not to build a red fort, right? Like, whatever, we'll build it here. We're not doing anything else in this city. Montreal, I will get a constabulary. In Guinness River, we are generating great scientists, so a garden is fine, plus the constabulary for the national wonder. Then in Gowanda, we got the forge. The city is starting to come together. I do have 1,000 gold in the bank. Are there any city-states that are accepting gold? Only you. I would like another maritime city-state under my belt. So I'm going to give Lima 1,000 gold. That's really going to help my empire stay growing and relevant. Gowanda, what were you building again? Okay, I don't think I actually set what I wanted to build in here. I think the natural progression is to start churning science, which means libraries, universities, all that stuff. We got the aqueduct in here, which means you're ready for your longhouse and your windmill. Get that production going. We've also got the aqueduct in here, so that's going to be a longhouse plus a harbor plus a windmill. Actually, I might cut windmills off this production chain right now because there might be better things for me to build, but I definitely want the harbor because I want to connect these up to my empire. I will choose myself as the host. I do have the most delegates. That'll give me a small advantage. In particular, if I can get the World's Fair passed. Missionary, go ahead and convert this city, and then I will faith purchase the art hall, the vocal chamber, and the writing auditorium to get a bunch of faith, a bunch of culture in here. I'll move my missionary over here next. I do have enough faith to buy some great people. I'm gonna buy a great general and try something a little crazy. I got an idea. Just having ideas here. That's me, Potato McWhiskey, idea haver. Uh-oh, my brain's thinking again. It's dangerous. My brain is thinking again. I've been chewing on an idea here. Like you chew on a good book. No? Just me? Okay. Shout out to your mom. Let's construct a festival here. Boom. Now that's a nice culture and production tile. 4 culture per turn probably isn't that much, honestly. Hey, I'm sorry this caused a divide between us. but I like city-states too. Okay, somebody else built the red fort. Not that I mind. Oh god, look at all these cities growing. Ooh, I'm gonna grow. I'm growing. Ooh. Lake Simcoe? Good shit, buddy. Get in here. Salamanca. Oh, we don't have the public school finished in here. That's fine. Get me a... Oh, god, we don't really have very good tiles in here anymore. Work on windmill. That's fine. All right, what are you doing in here, Buffalo Creek? Did you get population? Ooh, regular old Buffalo grew, though. You were working a horse. Ain't no room for a horse today. Oh, we get a tier 2 policy. What do we get? So, building purchased by 50%. No, thank you. Happiness. We are a little bit okay on happiness right now. Oh, workers' faculties. Oh, I'm sorry. 25% science and 100% production towards faculties? Yeah, I'm going to take that right now. That's like 150 science per turn that was worth or something. So the Red Fort failed. Oh, we don't have anything to build in here. So do I just go research? I tell the city to make science? I think I'm going to switch this city to growth focus or food focus. Manually lock in the university tiles and then click research here. Not a huge amount of science, but there's nothing I can build in here, really, to change the outcome of the game. I did want to come down to Montreal. Okay, New Schwanstein is gone. No, I haven't unlocked it yet, sorry. Cuba has grown naturally. We continue to pump. Continue to pump population into these cities as much as we can. Oh, I forgot to have you on production focus, so you're on production focus now. Lima's looking for boom, Panama Canal, second Congress, chosen Iroquois, 3 turns until the next Congress. Lake Simcoe, you got some producing to do, but I could take this guy, put him into the public school. Let's go for the caravansary and the market. Let's start getting the gold up in here. Gowanda has finished the library. Naturally, we will follow that up with a university. Buffalo got its aqueduct. Let's go Longhouse into harbor. Builders doing buildery things. It's not particularly important to anyone but me. Finally get this pasture online. We're working on that. We're waiting for that one. Go clear out this fog of the war. Fog of the war? You fog of the war to me. Pop into Montreal. I definitely want to get Neuschwanstein. In a perfect world, I would engineer it, but I mean, we can spend 8 turns building that, like whatever. Okay, my capital actually can get an amphitheater. Start to hit limits with my capital. Make sure we're working those public schools. Great scientists are important. Sass me not. Sass me timbers. Yeah, we don't need to micro this city anymore. It's on science focus until we actually unlock something that's worth building. Like, for example, we want the Kremlin. That's an important one to get. So I'm going to go for fertilizer, which will give me food across my empire. Then I'll take military science. It'd be nice if we could get the Brandenburg Gate. Then we'll hit up artillery and go to railroad. Steam power would be nice too. Those ironclads. Most importantly, we just want to get the Kremlin for that free social policy. Okay, public school was completed in here. We are working the public school slot. I build a constabulary for the national wonder. Brantford is basically finished. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to set the city to food focus. I will lock in the public school. I'll unlock all the tiles. And this city just needs to grow. That's really all it needs to do. The long-term return on investment from growth is incredible. And Brantford, go ahead and produce research for me, good sir. Gowanda has grown again. Boom, more growth. Do not stop growing, Gowanda. We got the constabulary in Genesee River. I'm going to go ahead and tell the city to focus on food, make sure it's working with science specialists, and we'll continue to grow and produce and do all those wonderful, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things. And I think science focus is fine in here. I'm pretty happy with how this set out the citizens. Like if I do default focus, 85 science. If I do food focus, 75. If I do science focus, 99. 99 science per turn plus working the research thing. Pretty good. Akron has grown. More food. Yes, sir. You have grown as well, good sir. Oh my. God, I love it. I love how fast these newly settled cities grow. Now, they are going to be scooping up a lot of happiness. So we'll need to start thinking about happiness in these cities in the near future. Salamanca, Salamanca, Salamanca. What do you need? I think we just grab the amphitheater in here because there will be a follow-up building that we can build. We got the university in Gowanda. This city is starting to gorge happiness, so I'm going to grab the circus. I'm going to grab the Colosseum. That's going to be +4 happiness from that city. That'll sort of tamp down the bleed of happiness that we're experiencing. We will need to find more sources of happiness in due time. Missionary, the final conversion. The final convert. So much culture. It's actually insane. I will Citadel Wittenberg and steal their coal. I need a builder. They were too slow to improve it, so I had to take matters into my own hands. Continue to feed Grand River. I feel like maybe I should have just kept feeding my capital. Like maybe that would have been the smart play, but I don't know. I'm vibing though. We're in the vibe phase of the game, dude. Where like things are chilling. We could just coast That's what we're doing. We're just coasting along. There's fertilizer. That's +1 food from pastures, +1 food from plantations, as well as extra food from farms that are not, I guess, adjacent to freshwater. Oh man, the growth is kicking in to a degree that is hard to sustain, in all honesty. All right, let's take a look at Grand River. We definitely want the Opera House, and we definitely want the Constabulary. Both of them are related to national wonders. Jeunesse River, you're just growing. You're doing a little growing. Get me a little bit of science in here, please. And do the science research. Nothing else we need from you. Onondaga, the Opera House, that's good. Osinka, got the Constabulary for the National Wonder. Lake Simcoe, we got the market. Beautiful. We will go for the bank, amphitheater, the gem cutter, the Constabulary, the garden. These are all worth building. Gowanda has grown. Beefalo has grown. Cuba has grown. It's time to get me some happiness buildings. Get me the circus. Get me the Coliseum. And then get me the seaport. Please God, I'm running out of happiness. Akron as well. I'm just gonna need so much happiness. My empire consumes happiness. It's just like ravenous for happiness. It's a hungry beast just chewing up and spitting out as much happiness as it can get. Let's go Opera House plus Constabulary plus Garden. I'm gonna switch this city over to Science Focus. Manually unlock this. Give that a couple of clicks. That's fine. Microing your citizens becomes, in my opinion, annoying. So I'm kind of okay with the mid to late game. You just go science focus and then do some light micro. I need the Circus and Coliseum, even though I want the windmill. I'm not stopped microing. I'm just not microing as much. I'm taking a lighter touch. So probably the best place for me to get happiness will be from, well, there are no happiness city-states in the game. Wow. I was not expecting that. Genuinely shocked by this. So which luxury do my cities demand? Looks like pearls and wine and copper. I believe Kaisel, no, you have tea. Leventa has silk. Saka has furs. Troy has tea. Perfume. Wow, I'm shocked that there are actually no happiness city-states in this entire game. That was not to be expected. I'm going to fight for the maritime city-states because they will help me continue to grow my empire. One thing I don't love about Civ 5 is that it doesn't feel like a choice to stop growing. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there was just a button like, hey, growing past 0 happiness is just strictly a bad idea. Well, somehow I managed to trigger a huge amount of growth and not actually lose any happiness. That's impressive. Let's go to a science focus, unlock, pop in research here. Osinka, queue up research, go to the science focus, unlock the pops, unlock this. Really focus on that science. The science is going to be the thing. Because I think I've revealed my hand. I want to win by science. Montreal. You're still building Neuschwanstein. Don't need to change anything about that. You're still good to go as well. Salamanca. Buffalo, on the other hand. Akron. I've run out of water tiles to work. It means it's time to work a horse tile. Still got some water tiles to work in here. Okay, I connected a bunch of my cities with seaports. That's actually helping a lot. So I'm really happy about that. City connection. I killed a Tibetan spy. Rigged the local election. One of my spies was promoted. I'm now the ally of Monaco. Monaco want culture. No longer friends with Kaisel. Scholars of Kaisel want a great scientist. I'm no longer friends with Leventa. Von Pem is no longer looking for gold. I'm going to put 7 votes into World's Fair. And I would like it if sugar wasn't banned. But I really want World's Fair to go through. Let's trigger research in here. And in Gowanda, we should get our zoo. Because we're right at the edge of the happiness wave. We got our harbor in Guernica. Let's go for the circus. And then we'll get the Coliseum. And then we'll get the seaport. Now we are coasting on the frontal wave of the happiness. So go ahead and feed Grand River. You were production feeding Lake Simcoe. I'm going to change you to Lake Simcoe because I want Lake Simcoe to feed the capital. Not the capital, Grand River. Man, this empire is tasty. I'm loving it, dude. I'm really happy with this empire. I'm even building random fishing towers that I can't work. Like, it's on like Donkey Kong. I forgive you, Tibet. You were just trying to steal from the most scientifically advanced civilization of the game. I understand. It does not anger me. It is to be expected, right? There's military science. We can build the Brandenburg Gate if we want to. We get a great general. It's not that great, honestly, but it is okay. Military academies aren't important. I don't think anyone wants to attack me right now. Our golden age did end. So, like, the reign of power is sort of easing. Okay, World's Fair has started. So I'm going to go through to all of my cities, pop the World's Fair. I mean, especially if the city is only doing research, whereas like Neuschwanstein, I'll keep building that. World's Fair for sure, because the power of the World's Fair, dude, like if we could pull this off, we can get 100% culture increase for 20 turns and a free social policy. Oh, man. Things are going to get a little crazy in this empire. Now, in Buffalo, however, we absolutely need to cream out a little bit of happiness. So I'm going to build all happiness buildings that I can. We got our harbor in Akron, circus, coliseum, seaport. Those are all happiness buildings. Cayuga Castle. Can't quite build a circus just yet, but we can build a coliseum. And the longhouse. Make a proposal. I'm thinking that we could... There's nothing particularly important in here for me. Natural heritage sites would be nice. It doesn't do, I mean, it's not important enough to even really talk about that decision. It's like, that'd be nice. It would do a non-zero amount of usefulness. Sugar was passed, World's Fair was passed. Pedro's in the industrial era now. Maybe I should send production to one of these other cities. Nah, let's send food to Grand River. All right, I've got 1,000 gold. Well, let's talk to Monaco. A nice big gift. Monaco is now my ally. They give me 24 culture per turn. That is crazy. Holy crap. So much culture. Oh, damn, I forgot to switch a couple of cities over to the World's Fair. That's okay. There's only 3 that I forgot. It's 33% complete. I am the top contributor. And I should remain so. City connection, city connection. Despite the fact that we're growing, we're still getting happiness. I would love Hero of the People. I think workshops and factories giving me happiness would help out a lot. We just got so much happiness, dude. Oh, baby. I do like that in my old empire. I don't need micro as much. But in the new empire, like these new areas over here, it's probably a good idea for me to do a little bit of micro. I'm going to curve out of growth a little bit in this city and push instead into production. So let's do monument. I will do observatory, public school. Probably want to skip the monument and focus on science. Get the science going. It's the most important thing. Buffalo has grown. Continue curving into growth. Horse tiles are very powerful, however, so do keep working those. Cuba, let's make sure we're working those really strong horse tiles. Oh yeah, you got some great stable tiles. Yeah, you're looking great. Perfect. Akron, what do you got in here? You got a horse tile, a deer tile, you got a cattle tile. That's fantastic. Looking good. Make sure you're on production focus. I keep forgetting to do that in my new cities. It's like, I know it conceptually, I just forget. In here, we need some buildings. We need the stoneworks for happiness. I can probably do shrine into stoneworks overflow and then get a temple. Temples are worth 2 happiness. I need to remember that. But you know, I think this episode has gone on long enough. We're about to get this World's Fair. We're about to absolutely crank out ideology. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!